Welcome to Content Inspire. I'm your host, Andrew Calvino. And today I have the legend and badass himself and my friend, Holden Ogg. And yeah, dude, just basically thank you for getting on Content Inspire, for sharing your story. Because I know when my listeners, when they hear it, they're going to go after it, my dude. So introduce yourself to the listeners.
Appreciate it, man. And definitely don't deserve the badass part of that statement. But Holden Ogg, I'm originally from Lincoln, Nebraska. Moved up here to Chicago about 3 years ago now for an opportunity to work with the Ghost Lifestyle as the supplement sports nutrition brand. And I've been kind of taking that by the horns and kind of creating my own way after that. So excited to be here and meet Andrew. We've met a couple times before, but I think he's been wanting to, create this awesome podcast with amazing people on it. And I've been a supporter since day one. And so I've loved what you've done with it and everyone you brought on, the questions you ask and everything like that. So I'm excited to actually finally be asked to be on it because I don't think I deserve to be on any podcast right now. I don't think I've done enough to even talk about my life yet, but appreciate the opportunity, and I'm just excited to be here.
Dude, I'm gonna call you out on that real hard right now. Literally, the content that you create, you inspire so many individuals within the fitness industry, supplement industry, you name it. So you deserve to be on this podcast. And that's not even just you being my friend, my boy. That's what you've accomplished so far in just the beginning of your career. So getting into the podcast.
Just the beginning, baby. Just the beginning.
The beginning. Yes, exactly. So first question, Holden, what is your why?
My why. So I think growing up and everything, I was huge into family. My family's super close. I got 3 brothers and 2 sisters, and my parents, obviously. But I grew up on a ranch, and I was homeschooled until I was 6th grade. One of the biggest things for me growing up was just, I think it was instilled with me just because my parents and the way I was raised. But it's always been to help and to be there and be that kind of bright light shining for people. Whether it be my family or my friends or just people who, are walking by you and see you. And so I think my why is to be a light, to be someone who kind of trailblazes an area. It doesn't necessarily have to be the first. I don't have to be the first one to do something, but I can be that person who kind of leads in a way that, it's the right way. And it's not, taking shortcuts or anything like that. It's actually putting in the work. It's showing that you're willing to do anything to get where you want to be. And I think that is something that a lot of people need to see and look up to, because that's, I don't know, I've always tried to be that light and be that happy person, be that person that anyone can come to talk to. So yeah, I want to be that light, if that makes any sense.
No, it does make sense. And that's your why. That is a really good why. So thank you for sharing that with me and the listeners. So next question is, how did you get into photography and videography?
So photography, I've kind of had my hand in and dabbled in for a while now. It was never really a hobby or anything until probably the last 5.5 years. But I started off in 4-H, and if you don't know, it's a club when you're younger, especially in Southwest Iowa and stuff like that. We did 4-H, and it was mainly just you'd go to the county fair and you'd showcase in Iowa, you could showcase showing a cow or a sheep or a goat or anything like that. But they also had this section where you'd be able to showcase your photos. And I used to do a couple of those. I had 1 or 2 that made it to state level, where you'd go to the state fair and your photo would be hung up and people would judge it and stuff like that. But that was just that was just fun. That was just something that I wanted to do because my sister had a bunch of photos that went to state and stuff like that. But I really didn't pick up a camera to, utilize it as a hobby or anything until I was probably 18 or 19.
Okay.
So, and then after that, it was just, shooting fitness videos for my friends, or, taking photos of flowers and trees and stuff like that, just kind of random stuff. If you ask any photographer, they probably, went out, took pictures of some leaves and thought it was the coolest thing ever. But, you have to start somewhere. And that's kind of where I started. From there, I started working with some gyms, some salons, some barbershops. My university, I started shooting like sports, basketball, hockey, soccer. And then I got an internship at a horse racetrack in Omaha, Nebraska. And I was kind of running their marketing, whether it be the social media or any of the paid ads they had going out. They had like a mini casino in there. So I do a bunch of like flyers and stuff, like with graphic design and whatnot. So
damn, that sounds like you
create flyers.
That sounds like you have a ton of experience under your belt in various different types of
photography. I have some random experiences. I think I just threw myself at anything. And when I, being the light and going back to my why, like I just knew that I didn't know what I wanted. So I tried everything. And that's, you can't figure out like where you want to be or where you want to go with, sticking to one thing and one thing only. So I kind of have tried everything and tried to put myself in a position where if something does come up, I can kind of take it by the horn and be like, okay, so I have this experience. It might not be exactly like this, but like I have enough experience in either direction that I can kind of spearhead that and take it on. But
okay. And then another quick question your way is, what are the cameras and lenses you use to shoot?
So I was using the Sony Alpha R3 for the longest time, probably two and a half years. And I just picked up the Sony Alpha 1. So I'm utilizing that. I love it. 4K everything. So all my uploads, everything kind of going up in 4K. The pictures, 50 megapixel. Doesn't mean a lot to a lot of people, but to me, I mean, I love utilizing that. So it's super exciting when we picked that up. Ghost, of course, kind of helps me take care of all the equipment. And so we're trying to up our game. We're trying to, upgrade the equipment so we can, get the best quality of content, whether it be photos, video, audio, anything like that. So super excited to be able to utilize all the equipment that put upon me.
Okay.
So,
and then I just recently met Dan in Chicago and all that fun stuff. So is the content team on the photography and videography side expanding more now?
Yeah. So I've been really lucky to be able to be in a position where I've kind of spearheaded everything up to this point. But I think it got to the point where, bringing someone on was, super important for us to continue to elevate our content game. So bringing Dan on, who's really heading off like the photo side of things, has helped a ton. He's doing an amazing job. He's a great guy too. I've been talking to him for probably the better part of like 2 years, just on IG and stuff like that. We finally met up to go shoot around town, and I love his style. I love the way he shoots and the way he talks. He's super standout guy, and bringing him on was kind of after a couple times kind of going out with him, bringing him on was just like a no-brainer. I just thought like he really fits the brand. He really knows and has a passion for what he does, and so it was exciting to finally get someone on there to help me out and to spearhead some of that content for Ghost.
Sweet. And then what is your favorite form of content to create?
I love video.
Okay. Awesome.
Doesn't mean I don't like photo or taking photos or editing or anything like that. But I think I started off really having a passion for telling stories through visuals and sounds. And being able to put those together is like, it's kind of therapeutic to me.
Okay. And then I know Ghost has a run and gun type of style for shooting.
Oh yeah.
But do you guys ever like sit down and just be there like, okay, let's do a BDB that's kind of centered towards this and have like this going on in the background, or et cetera, like any storyboard moments, or is it just run and gun?
There have been those moments, and as we grow and as Dan and Ryan get more busy with everything that they're kind of doing, because obviously CMO, CEO of the entire company, it's hard to schedule with them, but they do a really good job of working with me and Dan to kind of schedule out times where we can film or take photos or anything like that. But there have been a lot of times where, like, as we're growing, we need to kind of sit back and decide, hey, this is what we need to film this week. This is how we're going to do it. This is what we have to talk about, stuff like that. And I can see that growing and getting more prevalent as we grow and as, time gets shorter. So it's not an easy task to flip these YouTube videos every week. The guys are busy. Everyone in the office is busy. It's like, we still have day jobs. I'm not doing YouTube as my, only job here at Ghost. So, focusing on all the content and getting that out to whether it be the EU, AU, the US stuff, Canada stuff. It's a lot of work, and it's, time consuming. So we've made it a priority to get YouTube out every week. And we want to continue to do that. So we're going to continue to work hard and get better at, whether it be organization, scheduling, anything like that. But for me, I think the biggest part is making sure that video gets out every Wednesday so that everyone can see. Like that's one factor that sets us apart from a lot of the other brands in the space and stuff like that, is being able to showcase what we're doing, be transparent, and show what we do and what we love over here to the people outside, the legends who are, look up to the brand, look up to the people of the brand and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. Before I got with Ghost on the Takeover team, I loved watching the weekly videos that were dropping, simply because it made me feel connected to the brand, because you see on a weekly basis what's going on behind the scenes, right? And you feel
that's the coolest thing. Like, anytime you're looking, even before Ghost, my time, I used to look up how they used to, the behind the scenes of movies and stuff like that. I've just always had a passion for, like, how to showcase or how to, like, see the behind the scenes, how to see how things were made. Because, the finished product is great, but how did they do it? That's always intrigued me and been something that I've always, wondered. I'll find myself even now just Googling or YouTubing, like, behind the scenes of any movie I like, any, podcast or anything like that, just because I think it's unique and I think it's awesome to see the transparency of some of these people.
Okay, sweet. And then, so you are the Ghost content manager. What are your responsibilities on a day-to-day basis? I know the most important one was, of course, to get the YouTube video or YouTube content out on Wednesdays or Thursdays by the latest. But what are your day-to-day responsibilities?
Day-to-day responsibilities, there's a lot of them. A lot of it comes down to execution on a lot of the plans that we have. But going back to that, like, the planning of all the content, the planning of where content is going, how we're going to showcase it, what's going to be in it. I work pretty closely with Caitlin, who is our social media manager. And she does all the posting, and she does most all the captions and stuff like that. It's a team effort, no matter where you go here on Ghost. Not one person is doing one thing for, so it's a super team effort. I don't have to, make the content and then decide, oh, this is going here, this is what it's going to say. So that's kind of some weight off my shoulders. I get to, default back to the team for that. And everyone's super great about what they do. And how they go about it. So as we grow, we're going to add more people, more ticks on the team to spearhead all the content, all the photo, all the the copy, everything like that. But for me, my biggest deal is making sure all the content is in the books, in the folders, so people can go in no matter what they need. Hey, we need a photo of Burn. We need a photo of Legend. Me and Dan make sure that all that stuff is there and ready to post or ready to draw on or anything like that. So we're really the ones who just kind of make sure We have all the photo shoots scheduled, all the photos in folders, edited, all this kind of stuff. So if you can see like the amount of content we're pushing, you can kind of tell or kind of grasp that it's a lot. But me and Dan have had, numerous times where we're just sitting there like, you know what, like we want to grow this. We want to have the best content. We want to, push out the most content. We want to, our ambition is to make Ghosts the envy of everything on social, on web, and just advertising, marketing, anything like that. So.
Okay. And then another quick question your way is, was the pink goo able to get off Ricky's keyboard?
That's a question I've actually been asked a couple times on social, and I knew what was going to happen with pink goo, so I had Ricky bring a keyboard that he didn't use often, so we utilized a fake, if you will.
Okay. All right. Cool. Sweet. Awesome. And then, so another quick question your way is, what advice would you give to someone who's afraid of going after what they want?
Ask that one more time.
So what advice would you give to someone who's afraid of going after what they want?
Fear is only natural. You're going to be scared to do something. One of the ways I have kind of gone about my life, and I'm not going to say I'm the blueprint or anything like this, or anything I've done as a blueprint, but everything that I've done because I feel like it for me to grow, it's necessary. And so if you're scared to do something, I feel like it's showing you that that's something that needs to be done. It's kind of like if you don't know what to do, but you're scared to do one thing, you're like, oh, how am I going to grow the most? Do something that's going to, kick you in the butt, put fear in your boots. So I think the way I've kind of gone about things is to take it on. If it doesn't kill you, it makes you stronger, right?
Yep.
So I just don't let fear get in the way of a lot of things. I know it does sometimes, but then you're always looking back and you're like, wow, like what would happen if I did that? So I don't like those moments where I'm just sitting there and like, what ifs? So I try to minimize those by just going after what I want or what I know needs to happen.
Okay. Thank you for sharing that with me and the listeners, my man. That was awesome. So, how did your relationship with Ghost start?
So I used to go to the Arnold Classic in Ohio every year I think I went for like 3 years straight, and I met some of the takeover team members there. I think I can't even remember who. I think I met CJ at one. Cesar Martinez. I met Zach Zelfine when he was there. Met Ayush. And Ayush was ultimately the guy who got me into, he encouraged me to send in my work to Ghost because he knew they were like hiring. And that was the moment where I was just like, dude, Ayush, I know your work. I've seen your work. You're 10 times better than me. You're going to get the job for sure. But after a couple of weeks of just debating and stuff, I sent in some of my, lo and behold, got an email and then a call. I had a phone interview, had an in-person interview where I drove up here to Chicago from Lincoln. And that's how that kind of started. It was all because like I met the right people. I was in the right spot. I put myself out there and yeah.
Sweet. Thank you for sharing that. So all you listeners at home, don't be afraid to put yourself out there and take advantage of all the opportunities that are presented your way. And so
it's hot in here. I'm sweating bullets. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm sweating bullets in here.
Sweating bullets?
It's 80 degrees.
So the fam all linked up in Chicago for Bollywood. What was your best experience from that weekend, dude?
Best experience is like just being able to be a part of it. I think my favorite part about those events is I got all access pass. So I get to go behind the scenes. I get to go anywhere I want. No one's stopping me. So that's my favorite part. It's with all those events, and I've been spoiled with Dane and Ryan where they'll be able to get me into places where not a lot of people have gone or will go. So super grateful to be able to do what I do, and for them to give me the experiences that I've experienced. But my favorite part is just having that tag that basically says I'm badass and I can go anywhere and do anything. Typically, you don't even need a badge. If you have a camera, you're walking around. That's kind of a show in of itself. Okay. But that's probably my favorite part. The whole weekend was great, though. I mean, being able to rub shoulders with a lot of the athletes and stuff that I hadn't even met yet, and be able to introduce myself and stuff like that to them. I think it's super cool. Our team is so diverse, and we have so many amazing people that, just talking to them and having conversations is probably one of my favorite things about those types of events.
Okay. And yeah, man, my favorite part of that weekend was for sure Tao, because that was like insane, right? Never experienced anything like that. And then obviously meeting you, dude, for the first time.
Yeah. And then we've been talking for the better part of 3 years now, basically. Yep.
And then that was
almost 3 years.
Yeah, that was.
And that was like the first time we had like actually met each other in person.
Yeah, that was insane.
First time I got to see the beard in person, and let me tell you guys, it's impeccable. It's beautiful.
Thanks. Now everyone on YouTube will see me blushing. So, but everyone that listens to this podcast episode, yeah, my cheeks are red.
For real.
So have you ever had a moment where you told yourself like, this is my life? Question. Like, just like where you're just like, this is insane.
I wake up every day like that. Like, to be honest, like I'm a person who has really fought and clawed and, tried to do everything I can to put myself in a position like this. And I think about it almost, hopefully, I like to say daily, but maybe not all the time. But where like I'm living a dream. Like I used to dream about being able to do the things I'm doing. Mm-hmm. And, sometimes I do take that for granted, and I'm not going to lie. I mean, it happens. But a lot of the time, I mean, I wake up and I'm like, damn, I get to go into Ghost HQ. Like, to be able to work in there and collaborate with all those amazing individuals, the creatives, the operations people, everything like that, like, it's insane. I do take it for granted sometimes, but I'm trying to get better at that and really just be thankful and grateful for everything I've been blessed with. And I think, like, I don't know, like I'm just amazed that I've actually made it to this part, and I'm not done. We're not done. Ghost isn't done. We're growing. We're getting better, brick by brick, as Ryan says. I get a lot of the behind the scenes stuff. I'm kind of in the background to everything, and just seeing the way we've grown and the way the two have done it is amazing. And I'm so blessed to be a part of it. And I don't know, like to take this for granted would be stupid. So I'm going to spend every day just being grateful for what I do have.
Sweet. And then let's talk about Hold My Print.
What about you? You know what? I know you're the interviewer here, but I'm going to ask you a question, okay? All right, I not letting this pass. So you came to me with this idea, if you remember. You came to me on IG with this idea of like wanting to start a podcast and, bring on creatives, and you want to bring on the people that inspire people. Yeah. I don't, like you said it at the beginning, you think I inspire a lot of people. I think you inspire a lot of people with what you do here. And even the people you bring on here, you're bringing on some big names. And the fact that you're able to do that, you're able to sit right there, ask the questions and stuff like that. Did you ever think you would be doing this? What kind of drove you to this part or to this point in your life?
For the longest time ever, I didn't think highly of myself. I wasn't chasing after my dreams. I was just clocking in, clocking out, and I was okay with not going after it. Then I think kind of like a year into the takeover team, I finally realized I was like, go all in, go all in. And then I messaged you on IG and was like, hey, I'm thinking about starting this. I want to start Content Inspire. And you were like, go all in, dude, go do it. And just having the opportunity to interview people on a daily basis reminds me of my why, reminds me to like not be afraid and go after it. So that's one of the main reasons why I love doing what I do. So this is like my baby. This is my project. This is what makes me happy on a daily basis. So I never thought that I would be interviewing people like Dan, Ryan, yourself, Nabil, you name it, like people that inspired me on a daily basis. But I always remind myself, like, as long as I could help one person that ever listens to a podcast episode or watches this on YouTube, that's what matters at the end of the day. So that's why I do this.
Yeah, bro. Make me cheer up over here.
Well, yeah, I'm like, yeah, you can definitely see. I'm like,
no, for sure. Like when you came to me and, you know, asked about it, like I didn't, you know, I thought it was a great idea. I was just like, I don't know why he's coming to me, basically. I'm like, I appreciate that you came to me in that time and you thought that highly of me. This position has put me into a light where other people see me who I've, you know, never even like thought my wildest dreams that I'd be, you know, rubbing shoulders with. I never would have thought like half the people that text me or DM me, like, you know, I never would have thought that, you know, at this point in my life, I'd have people hitting me up for advice and stuff like that. And it's, you know, humbling to say the least. I don't think I deserve all the credit people do give me, but I'm going to work until I feel that I do deserve it. So.
Okay. So getting back to my original question, Hold My Prince. How did you
Hold My Prince?
Hold My Prince. Yeah. So basically that looked like it started off as like just a passion project in regards to like just the badass picture.
It still is. I don't know, like necessarily where it started. Hold My Prince came from a buddy of mine, Nolan. Shout out Nolan. He's just always coming up with these crazy things and crazy ideas. And he said that name one time, and I was just like, obviously, like so many creatives sell their prints and do all this stuff. And so he's like, Holden, why not just like call Hold My Prints? I'm like, I've never been one to be like, I'm gonna sell my prints. I still don't want to just sell prints. That's not what I do. Yeah, I guess I've kind of been inspired by the boys in a way of like, if there's something out there, I'm not just going to do it to do it. I'm going to, you know, create something and make it different. And so now that's really like, I just started posting because I was kind of putting it off for a long time. And I have all this amazing content that I've shot throughout the years, just kind of building up. And I was like, how can I showcase this? And I just like started making another Instagram, Hold My Prints. And honestly, I didn't think anything of it. It kind of blew up the first couple of days because people loved it. And I didn't know that was going to happen. Now people want prints and stuff like that. So it's like, I'm still hesitant to just like start selling prints. I want to do something different. So I'm still trying to work that out. Like you said, it's kind of a passion project. I didn't really know what was going to happen when I did start posting and stuff like that. But the love and support that I've got from it makes me think. It makes me, I guess I know that I need to do something with it. So I've been kind of going gung-ho on ideas and kind of hashing things out to kind of figure out if I want to do prints, frames, canvases, anything like that. So I'll definitely have to send you something. That's for sure.
Thanks, bro. I would certainly love to hang something up at home of your work. That would be stupid sick. But yeah, man, I know that you are incredibly busy with Ghost, traveling, content. But
yeah, that was another thing. Hold My Prince was just kind of like, I put it on the back burner and stuff like that because I'm just like, I'm too busy. I don't want something that's going to take away from my time from Ghost because obviously I love what I do. So I'm basically on the clock all 24/7, like just trying to think of new content ideas, or whether I'm, editing pictures or video, anything like that, I'm always like just wanting to be a part of what we're growing. And I have to kind of tear myself away from that sometimes and be like, Holden, you need to go, go work out, go take a trip, go see your family, go hang out with your girlfriend, go like do all this stuff. Like I got to make sure I take the time to do my personal stuff too. But Ghost has kind of been the forefront of my life for the past like 3 years now. So kind of want to keep it that way. I kind of want to make sure I'm giving my all there, 110%. So Hold My Prince is kind of just a side kind of passion project.
Okay. Well, just letting you know, I think Hold My Prince is something really special. So even if it is just a side project or a passion project right now, I can tell it, like I said, it can be something really special, man. So
appreciate it.
And then another quick question your way is, what music do you listen to while working out?
If I work out.
If you work out, because I know we get stupid busy.
Holden's on a cadence of about maybe once or twice a week now. But no, the music I listen to mostly when I work out has to be some like MGK stuff.
Nice.
Or I do go some old school like AC/DC. What else do I do? I have a playlist that I kind of go against all like the grain, and I have a playlist that literally has like rap in it, has metal, has like freaking house music. I kind of go back and forth between, but
okay. And then I'll always remember this one BDB video. It was at the Used concert, and you had I forgot what it was. You weren't able to bring in your regular camera or whatever, but it was
I had the Osmo.
Yes, you had the Osmo.
DJI Osmo.
Yes, that was sick, dude. That was sick.
Dan took it from me and went as far up to the stage as he could, just so he could tell Ryan that he made it farther.
That's funny, dude. And then whenever you're on your downtime, what is your favorite show to watch on Disney Plus, Hulu, Netflix, you name it, just to like de-stress and detach?
Right now, I'm actually stuck. Me and Zoe were stuck on Manifest on Netflix.
Okay, damn.
Right now, like I am like totally stuck on that. Before that, like one of my favorite shows of all time would be Vikings. It's on Amazon Prime now, I believe. And then Riverdale. Those three right there.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Riverdale. Nicole and I used to watch that like hardcore.
So good.
Vikings have been told to watch several times, so I think I definitely should give it a chance.
Vikings has like 7 or 8 seasons, I think. So it's a long watch, but I enjoyed every second of it. I don't know why I like it. It's bloody and gory sometimes, but
okay,
you catch in there for like 4 or 5 episodes at a time.
If there's a recommendation I'm going to throw your way, The Magicians on Netflix.
Magicians. Okay, I've heard about that.
Dude,
I've heard people
that's hands down, that's my favorite show on Netflix. And it's like 5 seasons deep. So I highly recommend that you check it out.
I got a recommendation for you.
Okay. All right.
And everyone watching. Okay. So I want everyone to go to Peacock, get your free trial, whatever. Go to Frogger. It's a new show. Go to Frogger. Watch episode 4. Because this girl over here, gamer girl Zoe.
Shit. All right. Yep. Zoe
is on.
Yep.
Episode 4. She crushed it. Didn't get any of the frogs, but she crushed it.
Don't spoil it.
Well, yeah, guys, basically definitely take advantage of the free subscription, free trial of Peacock. Definitely check out Frogger so that you can support and check out Zoe, aka Gamer Girl, who's a badass. And yeah, so damn, great recommendation, dude.
Right?
Yes. Woo.
We had a little shindig over at her place here at the apartment the other night, like a watch party. Everyone was cracking up. It was a good time. It's always cool to see everyone supporting everyone. I think the one thing I've taken from the Ghost family, the Legends, the community that Dan and Ryan have built One of the best things is the people. And it's something that no other brand can hold a candle to be honest with you. There's no other brand that has the loyalty, that has the support and the love that Ghost has. And people who are, high up, or people who, are just starting out in fitness, or any walk of life, honestly, like, you can meet each other, and it's like you have that common denominator that you connect, and it's just, you feel like part of the community. That's something I really love. And so being able to experience that throughout the last 3 years has been insane. And it's all over the world. I talked to people from over in freaking Norway, like, it's so insane to be a part of something that has a profound effect on people's lives from everywhere, every walk of life. And that's something I applaud Dan and Ryan for creating, because that's something that really no one else has really done. Not in this space, at least.
You're right. Yeah. I'll speak with people from New Zealand, Australia, you name it. And they're on the completely different side of the world, but the common denominator is Ghost. And what's their favorite flavor, or what any part within their fitness journey, they just love the brand and what it stands for. Yeah. So, damn, dude. Yeah, thanks for sharing that, man.
Yeah, bro,
and have realizations on my own podcast. Shit. But yeah, dude.
So I got another question for you though. Like, what's next? What's a way that you're wanting to, whether it be innovate or improve your podcast, or anything that anyone who's listening can either help support, or give advice, or anything like that? What's something that maybe you're struggling with, or something you want to do that you just haven't pulled the trigger on yet?
So, you know what, that's a really good question.
Because you're supporting all of us by giving this entertainment, giving all this advice that these people are bringing onto your podcast and stuff like that. What can the people listening help you with?
Well, I'm giving myself a timeline for about 3 to 6 months. I want to write a book.
Okay.
So
a quick timeline.
That is a quick timeline in regards to, like, I want to have at least like the general outline done. Yeah. And then figure out in regards to how to either publish, whether it's going to be 100% ebook, paperback, you name it. But it's going to be about, obviously, my story, podcasting, and then the interviews that I've done with people in regard to.
That's awesome.
And it'll be 100% under the Content Inspire brand, you name it, because this is like turning into something that I never imagined when I first started. And at the end of the day, just anybody that gives my podcast a chance, a listen, share, support, anything like that, I'm appreciative of people, because at the end of the day, as long as I could help somebody out, that's all that matters, dude. Like, the main reason why I do this podcast is to help others and to remind myself of my why every single interview.
Yeah, dude, that's awesome. I've never actually like really told anyone this, but on my bucket list is to write a book. It won't be anything like inspirational or anything. It'll be a more so like a fantasy story. But
really,
I have notes in my phone, probably dating back to when I was like 15 or 16, of things like whether it be ideas for books or starting to write like chapters of a book and stuff like that. So
that's so sick, dude. On the real.
One of my goals. I'll hit it at one point, but it's not my main focus.
Well, I know you'll certainly hit it, because your personality, when you say and you put something out there into the universe, you accomplish it no matter at what point in your life, your journey. So,
this is probably the first place I've actually told anyone that.
Wow.
I'm gonna write a book. Might take a couple of years.
But yeah, man.
Rome wasn't built in a day.
Dude, Holden, I just wanted to say thank you for being on Content Inspire, for sharing your story, who you are, your experiences. Is there anything that you would like to say to the listeners before we hop off?
First off, don't thank me, dude. Thank you. Thank you for having me. This is awesome. From day one, I've wanted to help and support you in any way. And being on the podcast is actually pretty mind blowing to me. I didn't think I'd be on this soon. So appreciate it. Thank you for having me. And for anyone listening, this is the man. Don't listen to all his podcasts, all of them. He's had some amazing people on here, very inspiring people, and the stories that are told can really help. So definitely take a look at all his podcasts and continue to support and love and show your love to him on IG, on the podcast, on everything. So where does everyone find the podcast if they're just looking? You're posting on YouTube and Spotify, or?
Yeah, so Apple, Spotify, Anchor, Google, you name it, all audio podcasting platforms. Boom, you'll be able to find Content Inspire. On YouTube, I post the interviews now on Andrew Calvino on my personal YouTube page. It's going to be nice mix of daily vlogs and the interviews for Content Inspire.
Awesome.
So yeah, just type in Content Inspire and boom, you guys will certainly have a ton of episodes to listen to, for sure.
For sure. Dude, you crushed it. Love listening to them. And now that we're able to watch them, yes.
Nice.
I'm in. I spend 90% of my day on YouTube anyway. So
sweet. And then I'm going to link everything of yours down below in the bio. And listeners, till next time.